Welcome to ILTV's Israel Daily. I'm Medarga Velazi, and coming up in today's newscast. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky softens his tone towards Jerusalem, just hours after criticizing Israel in a speech to the Knesset for not doing enough to help the Ukrainian people. Israel sends off the delegation of an Israeli field hospital to Ukraine, the first such facility any country has built in the war-torn country. And Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett in a rare greeting directly to the people of Iran, in the wake of reports of an imminent nuclear deal. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy on Sunday night thanked Prime Minister Naftali Bennett and Israel for their efforts to help Ukraine in a video message. This only hours after Zelensky addressed the Israeli Knesset in a speech critical of Israel's role. All the details in the following report.
Прем'єр-міністр Ізраїлю пан Беннет намагається знайти переговорний шлях із Росією, і ми за це вдячні, за кожне зусилля, щоб раніше чи пізніше ми почали говорити з Росією, можливо, в Єрусалимі. Це правильне місце для того, щоб знайти мир, якщо це можливо.
Ukrainian Prime Minister Volodymyr Zelensky issuing these warm remarks Sunday night, just hours after giving a controversial speech on Zoom to the Israeli Knesset.
Байдужість, розрахунок або посередництво, без обрання сторони. Я залишу вам вибір відповіді на це питання. Я зауважу лише одне. Байдужість буває. Розрахунки, вони часто помилкові, а посередництво може бути між державами, але не між добром і злом.
In his speech, Zelensky compared the plight of the Ukrainian people to the Jews in the Holocaust, called on Israel to provide the Iron Dome to Ukraine, and criticized the government's role as mediator in the conflict.
Можна довго запитувати, чому ми не можемо отримати від вас зброю, або чому Ізраїль не ввів потужні санкції проти Росії, чому не тисне на російський бізнес, але відповідь все одно обирати вам, шановні брати і сестри. І вам з цією відповіддю потім жити, народи Ізраїлю.
Zelensky's speech, and more specifically his comparison to the Holocaust, struck a sour note with many members of Knesset, as too with Prime Minister Naftali Bennett, who on Monday responded to the speech at a conference held by Hebrew daily newspaper Yediot Ahronot.
אמרתי, הוא מנהיג שנלחם על חיי מדינתו. אני אישית מאמין שאסור להשוות את השואה לשום דבר.
Despite the criticism and then backtracking by Zelensky, Bennett said that Israel will, together with other countries, continue to try to mediate the conflict and, most importantly, try to end the fighting. And joining us now with an analysis of Ukrainian President Zelensky's speech to the Israeli Knesset is Dr. Boris Morozov from the Cummings Center for Russian and East European Studies at Tel Aviv University. Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
So Zelensky receiving quite a bit of backlash from members of the Knesset. Was he able to sway them in Ukraine's favor, as was his hope?
I'm not so sure. The question is that we all understand what was his goal, because actually he expressed it quite openly. He, in general, wants all the civilized world to be the friends of Ukrainian people. And that's why he tried to use the most known schablons and patterns of the Israeli society, using the Holocaust symbols, the Babi Yar, famous known place where the Jews were killed near Kiev, and so on.
And I mean, what were his intentions? What was he hoping to actually achieve with this speech? I mean, was it arms, as he mentioned, the Iron Dome, perhaps? And what was he hoping really to achieve?
First, he wanted to get more of political support of Israel against Russia. Basically, he wanted Israel to join the coalition of the Western countries and the sanctions against Russia. Second, he wanted more help, and he said it very openly. He wanted our anti-aircraft systems to be sold to Ukraine, which could be used against Russian troops and Russian airplanes, and any other possible help, and of course also the open doors for Ukrainian refugees to Israel.
To watch full episodes of ILTV's Israel Daily and tons of other content from Israel, visit our website at iltv.tv or download the ILTV Plus app.